The Chicago Bears dominate in their second preseason game over the Seattle Seahawks as they win by a final score of 27-11. So let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL. Here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, you know what to do. Hit the big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms, guys. As always, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so people, the Bears dominated in this one. We're still talking about preseason. Yes, it's preseason. But obviously, until we get to the games that actually will count, we got to talk about this. So with that being said, biggest takeaways from this game, let's talk about it, okay? And the first thing I want to talk about is just the fact that the Chicago Bears, under their new head coach, Matt Eberflus, just feels like a much more disciplined, a much cleaner team. You don't see the dumb penalties. They're flying all over the field. Like, this culture is being established before our very eyes. And that's one of the first things I noticed here, folks. Matt Eberflus has shown you that he is fixing this culture, right? Remember that Bears team with Matt Nagy? The last few seasons, we'd just get penalized. We'd be undisciplined. Like, it was just a problem. Well, today, the Bears dominated. I get it. Preseason, got it. But still, they dominated. They played clean. Seattle looked sloppy. Like, the Bears were just the better team all game long. And let me just say this, okay? I know the Bears are a bottom-end team. We all know that in terms of, where they're projected to finish. But how come the Seahawks don't catch any flack like the Bears? It seemed like the broadcast team was only talking about how bad the Bears were and wasn't talking about how the Seahawks have no quarterback, are projected to be one of the worst teams in the NFL as well. But yeah, we get all the hate. So again, it is what it is. So first takeaway, we are seeing the culture be established, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing, because that is all what this year is about. Development of Justin Fields, establishing the culture, and then it's year two, start adding that talent, and then onwards. All right, let's continue here. Tevin Jenkins, I believe this man has put himself in the driver's seat for that right guard position. Michael Schofield just wasn't getting the job done. Tevin Jenkins looked more than serviceable. He looked solid, and it would be in the Bears' best interest to start this man come week one against the Niners, just because of the fact that he has the talent at the position to be the best option for us. So to me, looked great at guard today, looked very solid, and you would get good runs out of him anytime guys were running behind him, and he's just flat out better than Michael Schofield. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He should start. So, speaking of the offensive line, even though Tevin Jenkins was solid, this line still was pretty poor, and is going to be a problem, folks. Like, I get it. We're down two starters with Lucas Patrick and Riley Reiff, but, man, this offensive line leaves a lot to be desired. So, I'm hoping that we completely look different when we get Lucas Patrick back, because Sam Musford's awful, and when we get Riley Reiff back, because right now Justin Fields has to just keep running for his life. And I get it. On a couple of those, he bailed out, and he should have stayed and hung in the pocket. But, man, the protection's just not good. It's just not good enough. I'm sorry. And I care more about the offensive line than the receivers at this point. Like, I would rather have a good offensive line than good receivers, because if you don't protect Justin Fields, nothing else matters. So that is still an issue, two preseason games in. A couple other things to note. Velus Jones Jr., we finally saw him, and you saw the potential flash before your very eyes. Had a huge punt return. The man is fast. He's blazing. He's going to give the Bears another weapon at the receiver spot. We know that. So you saw the flashes, right? Kyler Gordon, the other rookie with Ryan Poles' first draft class, we saw him. He played exclusively in the slot cornerback spot. Now, he had an up and down day. He had a missed tackle, pretty significant one, but did make some plays. And for the most part, we saw, again, the talent flash. So that's what you like to see. And the rookie class for Ryan Poles just looks absolutely fantastic. I get it. It's preseason, but early return so far looks like these guys can play some football, okay? So, yeah, folks, like, the biggest takeaways from that game was this. As far as Justin Fields, again, Justin Fields did not have a lot of time to throw because he was constantly pressured. And he had, an okay day, but, obviously when you play such limited amount of snaps, hard to get a rhythm, hard to get any sort of, stride going, if you will. So I can't really judge him much just based off of the fact that the protection was so bad, and that needs to be an improvement moving forward. Got one more game left, people, and then week 1 is going to be here before you know it. So I can't wait. But Bears are 2-0 in their first 2 preseason games. We got a chance to close it out, finish the season undefeated, preseason at least, and go and head into the regular season on a high note. So I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your biggest takeaways from the game. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.